Sony has taken their sweet time to release the prices for their upcoming 2022 TVs, but it's finally happened. Hi, welcome to Zgadget Review. The last holdout of the big TV companies has finally released their prices, and that is Sony. We have been waiting for Sony to tell us how much their QD OLED TVs, their OLED TVs, their mini LED TVs were going to cost this year, and they have finally revealed that information. So let's get to it and also let you know some of the features that you can expect from the TVs this year. New for 2022, Sony is enabling VRR right out of the box. That is variable refresh rates. In previous TVs, we had to wait for an update for that to become available on the TVs, and those updates will take forever to actually come to a TV near you. But this year with 2022 TVs, you won't have to worry about that. Another new thing for 2022, their 3 top-of-the-line TVs are going to have what they're calling a control remote finder. What that means is that if you lose your remote control, you're going to be able to find it by getting that remote to emit a tone, a sound tone, and then you're going to be able to find the remote that way. The TVs that are going to include this feature are going to be the Z9K, which is the mini LED 8K TV, the A95K, which is a QD OLED TV, 4K of course, and the A90K, which is the OLED TV, and that also is a 4K TV. New for 2022, Sony is introducing what they're calling the Bravia Cam, and as you can tell by the name, it is a camera. The camera is going to allow you to, of course, make video calls. But not only that, it's also going to tailor the sound and image based in the room that you're in and the distance you're sitting on from the TV. Of course, we don't know exactly how that's going to work, if it's going to do a good job at it or not, until the TV comes out in the market. Some of the other features that the Bravia Cam is going to be able to do for you is spawn a pop-up a child, for example, when they get too close to the TV. It is also going to engage a power saving mode when you leave the room. So if you leave the TV on and you walk away to the kitchen or somewhere else in the house while the TV is on, I'm sure that the TV is going to dim the screen or something in order to save you some power. And lastly is rudimentary hand motion signals. So that TV is going to respond to your hand gestures, and I'm assuming to turn it off and to raise the volume up or down and things like that. I guess Sony is technically bringing the iToy from the PlayStation to your TV. Now the Bravia Cam is going to be an optional separate purchase for most TVs, but their most expensive TVs are going to actually include the camera with that TV, and that is going to be the 8K mini LED TV Z9K and the QD OLED TV, the A95K. Another cool feature that Sony TVs are going to have that could be good if it works the way it needs to work is that the PS5 is going to be able to recognize a TV that is connected to. So if you have a Sony TV that's connected to a PS5, the PS5 is going to know which TV is connected to it and is going to tailor the HDR tone mapping to that specific TV. Of course, some of the drawbacks can be that if it doesn't do a good job at it, that you won't be able to make the changes manually that you might want to make yourself. So, as I said, it can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. Let's get started with Sony's QD OLED TV. Model is going to be the A95K, and there's only going to be 2 sizes, 65-inch and 55-inch. The 65-inch is going to be available in June for $4,000, and the 55-inch is also going to be available in June for $3,000. This is the only QD OLED model TV for Sony, and this is technically the top of the line of all the TVs that Sony is going to be offering. This is the TV that is going to include the Bravia Cam. You can expect this TV to support all the features for gaming. That's 120 Hz refresh rates. It's going to be 4K. It's going to come with variable refresh rate available right out of the box. A LLM, and of course HDMI 2.1 features. This TV is also of course going to have a TV remote finder, and it's also going to support all the HDR formats available right now. That will be HDR10, HLG, and Dolby Vision. Up next we have the A90K, which according to Sony is the A90J of last year. But they've done something curious with these TVs. They're only offering two sizes, and they're going to be on the small side. These TVs are supposed to be the A90K Master Series, and they're saying that they're aiming these TVs to gamers, which is why they have the size that they have. And that it is a 42-inch and a 48-inch. That is it. No other size is going to be available for these TVs. And for that we have the 48-inch, which is going to be available in June for $1,500, while the 42-inch is going to be available in July for $1,400. So 48-inch is $1,500, 42-inch is $1,400. It's a $100 difference and about a 6-inch difference. Now, of course, these TVs are going to offer all the HDMI 2.1 features that you have come to expect from these TVs. These TVs will also come packed with the TV remote finder, but not the Bravia Cam. Next, we move on to the regular OLED TVs, if you want to call them that. And on that one, we're going to have three sizes. That is going to be the A80K, starting with the 77-inch, which is going to be available in May, is going to start at $3,800. Moving on to the 65-inch is going to be available in May as well, and that one's going to be $2,500. And finally, we have the 55-inch, and that one is going to be available in June for $2,000. These TVs, of course, will support all HDMI 2.1 features, as well as all formats for HDR, that being HDR10, HLG, and Dolby Vision. And if you're a Samsung owner and you want to find out why you might be missing out due to the lack of Dolby Vision support, go to the link in the description section and check out that video I did on that. So that is it for Sony's OLED TVs. Next, we're going to be moving into the mini LED TVs and then into the regular LED TVs from Sony. So let's get started with the 8K mini LED TV from Sony. This is going to be the Z9K. There's going to be two sizes for this TV, the 85-inch and 75-inch. The 85-inch is going to start at $10,000, and you can expect that one to be available sometime in the summertime. And then we have the 75-inch, again, 8K mini LED TV sometime this summer. That one is going to be available for $7,000. There's a huge difference in price between the 85-inch and 75-inch. With this TV, you can expect to get the TV remote finder and also the Bravia Cam. So once again, the Bravia Cam is going to be bundled with the two most expensive TVs that Sony is going to offer. That is going to be the QD OLED model and the Z9K mini LED TV model. Moving on to the next set of TVs from Sony, we continue with a mini LED technology. This is going to be the X95K 4K mini LED TV, starting with the X95K 85-inch, which is available right now if you want to go get it. It is going to cost you $5,500. Moving down to the 75-inch, which is available now as well, that's going to be $3,800. And then we have the 65-inch, which is also available now, and that is going to be $2,800. Again, these are the mini LED TVs 4K version from Sony. This does not include the Bravia Cam or the TV remote finder, but it does include all HDMI 2.1 features as well as HDR formats. And finally, we move on to the regular LED TVs. They're the full array LED TVs. And this model is going to be the X90K and starts with the 85-inch, and that is going to be available in May for $4,000. Then we have that 75-inch, and that is going to be available in June for $2,600. And then we have the 65-inch available in May as well for $2,000. Then finally, we have that 55-inch available as well in May for $1,700. It is exciting to have finally the prices of all TVs. I would love to do a comparison of all the TV prices and see, features and things like that to see where each company stands. But of course, I'm not going to do that on this video. You gotta subscribe so you don't miss out on that video when it comes out. I'm glad that Sony has not gone super expensive with some of their prices. Of course, excluding the 8K mini LED TV prices, I will say that most of their prices are in competition with Samsung and LG. But of course, Sony always, charges more for their products. It is cool though that for the more expensive TVs, they're throwing extra things in there that other companies are not. For example, the Bravia Cam, which is supposed to be able to be used as a sort of calibration tool when you have it set in a room, which should allow you to get the best picture available based on the room that you're in. Same with audio. Now you have the information that you are probably waiting on to buy these TVs. So let me know, what do you think about the prices? Are you surprised that they're throwing in some goodies with those expensive TVs? Let me know in the comment section. That is it for me. Go ahead and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. And thank you very much for watching.